Hi everyone, it's Desiree. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to be doing a pen test in the new spring release Happy Planners. I've heard a lot of people talking recently, well actually over the past year, about the quality of the paper in the Happy Planner, that it hasn't been as good as it has been in the past. For me, honestly, I've never noticed anything on my end when it comes to my planner. I've never seen any bleeding. I've never had issues like that in any of my planners. I don't know if it's because I don't really use like heavy markers as much. Maybe like Papermate or these microns are like the heaviest that I use, but I tend to use more just like gel pens at this point. So I don't know if that's the reason why I haven't seen any issues, but I have seen the examples that people have like the issues that people have been having with their planners. And I think some people have mentioned Stephanie's planner as being one of the planners where the paper isn't as good. So I actually have, this is a page from Stephanie's planner. So I have this page that I can do a little pen test in. I don't think I'm going to get the same results. So I don't know if like maybe some people just got a bad, unfortunately, maybe a bad batch of planners sent. Maybe maybe a bad batch of planners were sent out, and I don't know if maybe that's why the paper quality isn't as good, because to me, it still feels the same. It feels like it writes the same. For me, I don't have issues with bleeding. So I wanted to do a pen test on these pages to see if I could get that result, because I have a bunch of different types of pens and like markers. I know for sure this one's going to bleed, because I feel like that's definitely going to bleed in all the planners. But I do also have this new planner. This is from the spring release, so it has all the new paper in here. I'm gonna test out this paper and see how it is, but honestly, I don't know, I feel like it all feels the same. It feels like the same thickness, feels like the same, yeah, it just feels all the same. So I'm gonna test it out and see what happens when I use my pens on these two pages. All right, yeah, so hopefully if you have like questions or concerns about the new planners, or I've heard a lot of people saying like they weren't going to buy Happy Planner anymore because the paper quality was bad, hopefully this will help to let you see how the quality is now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pens, and like I said, I have a bunch of different ones. I have a Papermate Flare. I have some tool pens that I love using in my planner. I have a Simply Gilded. It's just a gel pen. I have some microns in some different thicknesses. And then I have a Uniball. I have a Muji and a Sharpie pen. And then, of course, just a regular Sharpie. And I also have some mild liners, because I saw some people mention, or I've seen pictures of mild liners bleeding through on the planner. So I'm going to try all of these out, hopefully alleviate anybody's concerns about their planners, because I know if you're like me, definitely don't start writing in them until they start. So thankfully I have some extra pages, since the Happy Planner sends me a ton of planners, that I can do this little pen test. So yeah, I'm going to start off just with the Papermate over here, just write out. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to get this. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get this to bleed through, because I just don't have those issues in this pen, but in this planner. But I'm just going to write my normal way. I wanted to include like a lot of pens, well, a good variety of pens to hopefully, because I know we all use different stuff, but I don't have all of them. So hopefully this is enough to get an idea. It's a good variety of pens, at least. Yeah, I'm going to do the Sharpie. I know this one is 100% going to bleed through. Okay, and then I'm going to do with the mild liners, just because, like I said, I've seen people mention these bleed through. I'm actually gonna like hold it a little bit and then go. Honestly, I would never do use mild liners like that, like this way in a planner. I'm a very like quick on how I use it, but some people might, and I feel like that might be a reason why it might bleed. Okay, so back. All right, so yeah, definitely when you do that with the mild liner, it's gonna bleed through. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I did that intentionally. There's just shadowing, I feel like a little bit. I mean, for me, it's not really bleeding through a lot. I'm gonna try the mild liners just a normal way that I would normally swipe the mild liner, not a heavy hand. This is how I normally use my mild liners if I use them in my planner. Just a quick little swatch. Okay, yeah. So those don't bleed as much. I feel like it's still kind of a little bit on the side. But yeah, I feel like those are the results. I know I've seen worse results that people have been getting in this planner on these pages. But like I said, I normally only use like maybe Papermate. I've been kind of not using Papermate as much, but I've used more of these pens in the middle. The tools, the Simply Gilded, and the Microns, and I feel like those are the ones that aren't as bad on this sample. But yeah, that's the results in Stephanie's planner. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the new planner pages and see if there's a different result on this one. I'm just going to go down and write all of these again on this side. I love these pens. These tool ones are my favorite. And then also these Simply Gilded. They're so pretty, but they also write very nicely. And the Microns. And this Micron. And then the Sharpie. I don't know if anybody uses a Sharpie in a planner. I mean, I definitely wouldn't, but you never know. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to, oh, I didn't do it. I didn't really do it on that one, though. Go a little bit heavy. It's not really doing it that much on this one. Okay. I'm trying. Okay, I'm going to do a quick one on this bottom section the same way. Okay, so basically the same type of writing and everything. And then here are the results. Oh, okay, yeah. It's definitely a lot better. A lot better on this one. Yeah, so I'm going to try again on the mild liners because I don't know why I couldn't get them to do more of, I don't know, the edges seem a little bit more, like have a lot darker. But I feel like these boxes aren't as much shadowing compared to this one. Doesn't have as much shadowing on like my regular pens, which is good. For me, that's fine, but honestly, this is a lot better. The Sharpie definitely bled through. The mild liners, again, they're not as obvious on this newer paper because you can still see them through here for sure. But yeah, you can't really notice them as much down here. I'm gonna try again with these mild liners just to do it a little bit heavy. Maybe I'll do 2 times. I'm gonna try to make it bleed, which I know sounds like not a good idea, but I want to try to see how much this paper can take, because I know we all write with different like pressure. I used to write really heavy, so like, or hard. I used to write really, really hard, and where like you could feel it on the other side of the page. I stopped doing that because it started hurting my hand. But yeah, okay, that's a little bit darker. And even with that, like going over twice and like really trying to make it bleed, it did not bleed. Okay, so at least I got the kind of sort of the result that people were getting in this planner with the mild liners. Okay, yeah, I think this is so much better. Like I said, I didn't really notice a difference because I use more like the regular pens. I wasn't using mild liners, so I wasn't seeing that in my planners, and I wasn't really using like heavy markers. But just from like what I have been using in this comparison, this paper is definitely better, I guess you can say. So yeah, I would say if you're concerned about buying a planner because of the paper quality, it seems like it is a lot better. Yeah, I think it's really good. It feels the same though. I don't know what the difference is, but it does feel the same. It like feels like it weighs the same. Yeah, the thickness feels the same. Everything feels the same. So I don't know why this planner is doing that. But yeah, if you had any concerns, I feel like there probably have been fixed, I think, from what I'm seeing. So that is my pen test. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching this. Like I said, hopefully it alleviates any concerns that you have if you bought a planner, if you're thinking about buying a planner from the new spring release. It seems like the paper is pretty good. And I'm assuming the paper is going to be the same in the other planners. I can do a quick little test in the other planners though. Okay, so I have a different planner. It's a different size and a different collection from the Happy Planner, the Indigo one. This is a really pretty vertical planner in the mini. So I did a little test, the same thing. Actually on this one, I did something a little bit different. I wrote really hard on these, and just to see if there was a difference, me writing harder. And I did, of course, the Sharpie. I did a couple of passes of the mild liner, and that is the result from that one. So yeah, it seems pretty good to me, honestly. Definitely I can see these a little bit more because I wrote super hard. But yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good to me. All right, so I hope, like I said, it alleviates any concerns that you have about buying a planner or using your planner starting in July. But yeah, that is my little pen test in the new planners. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one.